Is Santa Claus real? Upgrading your limiting beliefs. If you can change one belief, you can change any belief. My name is Ash Playstead, trading psychology master coach and active trader for the past 25 years. Thank you for joining me from wherever you are in the world you may be, and a very warm welcome to episode 38 of the Trading Psychology and Mindset Show. It's 9 a.m. Wednesday, the 26th of October 2022 here in Southeast Australia. And as always, I will be diving deep into what is needed to retrain the mind we bring to trading into the mind we need for profitable and sustainable trading success. Now, was there a time in your past where you fervently and totally believed the Santa Claus was real? A time when if someone had said to you, Santa's at your front door right now, you would have run straight over the top of your parents and through a brick wall to get to that front door. Your every thought, your world was totally and unambiguously invested in this belief. It was the truth as far as you were concerned, right? Now, do you still believe Santa Claus is real? What happened to shift your belief, your truth? And the point of this question is, what we believe to be true is often an accumulation of our childhood emotional conditioning. And it's very malleable and very changeable over our life. That is very good news, of course. So let's think about the Santa example some more. Why did you believe so powerfully in what we know to be the myth of Santa? Why did you believe so powerfully in this myth as being true as a child? It's probably a combination of things, okay? It is part parental conditioning, part social influences, part mass media marketing, part the entertainment industry, media, movies, songs, books. The myth of Santa Claus and Christmas is all pervasive, particularly through Western culture. So we get this conditioning almost from the moment that we are born. Now, before I go any further, I would like to just recount my own experience with this sort of breakthrough. Now, many years ago, my limiting beliefs came crashing home to roost. I'd been trading on and off for about 10 years by this time. And it's fair to say I was totally unaware of the power of my past emotional conditioning and the influence it wielded over my trading performance. I just kept doubling down, studying more, trying new things, replenishing the capital in my trading account, right? Just put a bit more money in, adding more and more stuff to my trading strategies and so forth. Now, one day in 2011, I blew up my account for the final time, or so I thought. Now, isn't it uncanny how often life needs to hit us so hard where it hurts before we truly see the light and take action? And so it was for me. Now, at the same time this happened, my mum had been diagnosed with terminal cancer, which added to my emotional load. And me, of course, being a not that emotionally intelligent trader at this time, believed that I could compartmentalize my emotions, put them to the side, and keep trading effectively. So I started to delve deeper into my mind at this time. Okay, I was devastated. I'd blown up my account, dealing with the illness of mum. So I ended up going into my own mind, investigating the why, of who I was and why I seemed to continue to do things that were against my self-interest. It used to rack me with all sorts of emotions, but foremost amongst them was really an emerging curiosity, almost an obsessive curiosity of why am I behaving in a way that's obviously contrary to my best interest. Now, what I discovered was earth-shattering. Well, it certainly was for me. I was acting in response to my belief system. I was projecting my belief system onto the charts, and therefore I was trading my belief system, not what was actually happening in real time. This happens a lot to traders. They think that they're acting purely objectively to what the chart is telling them, but the reality is you're trading your belief system. And my belief system had emerged from my past emotional conditioning, some of which was good, some of which was not so good, but all of it was pretty much negatively influencing my trading. So my journey into rebuilding my belief system and how I responded under the stresses of trading had really begun in earnest. So now let's get back to the Santa example. Now, I certainly believed, personally, body and soul, in Santa for the first probably 9 or 10 years of my life. My whole year spun around that day, the 25th of December. You know, as soon as one Christmas had come and gone, you're almost starting to think about the next one. All your holidays, everything around school was leading up to this sort of amazing day. You know, when Santa would descend from the heavens and deposit my wish list under the tree. Now, without going into where the mythology of Santa began, the lesson here is that what we believe because we were conditioned to believe. Now, let's apply this awareness to any other limiting belief that you may hold. For example, that rich people must be bad people. There's no such thing as easy money. I must work hard to earn good money. Or I don't deserve to have more than a certain amount of money. Or I'm not worthy. Or I don't matter. Or I am powerless. I am not in control of my destiny. My destiny is subject to external forces that keep me down. Now, the list is endless. And while these might sound quite brutally honest, these beliefs, either one or multiple of them, sit deeply held for a lot of people that shows up in their trading. Now, what if deep down for you, one of these limiting beliefs are at the bottom of your trading woes? What would it be worth to you to change that belief that is unconsciously holding you back? Now, this is the essence of emotional reconditioning, our inherent ability from a biological and neuroscience perspective, not to change the past, but to reshape our emotional experience of it. I want to repeat that. We all have this inherent ability not to change the past, but to reshape our emotional experience of it. That is a really, really important takeaway. So you see, what happens with trading is that your brain is put under extreme pressure when money plus risk plus uncertainty are combined. And it seeks out past memories that may be similar in emotional intensity. Now, this is a normal emotional brain survival response. Nothing wrong with that in lots of parts of life. You know, from this standpoint, your brain biology recalls how you survived in the past and then applies that impulse to the current scenario. So let's just say that again. When it comes to trading, under that sort of intense, immediate pressure, your brain biology recalls how you survived in the past, how you responded to emotional stresses and traumas in the past, and then applies that impulse to the current scenario. Now, this all happens so fast that your rational mind is taken offline well before it can bring reasoned thinking to the front or to the fore. So boom, right there, you stray from your rules inexplicably again. So, what can we traders do about this? Now, the answer lies in reconditioning your emotional response under pressure to past trauma, or what I would call your earned or learned reflex to stress and pressure. So, your learned reflex to stress and pressure, sort of like if you've ever been to the doctor and the doctors, they used to do this, they'd tap you on the knee with the little hammer to see if your reflexes worked, and your knee would impulsively, respond, and you'd kick your leg out. That is a inbuilt reflex, and the same can be applied to your mind. Now, this is where mindset reflexology comes from. Retraining your brain and mind to reflex differently under the stress and pressure of performing in the moment. Now, this takes work and training well beyond the conceptual or intellectual level of understanding. And this is why most traders fall at this crossroads in their career. No amount of positive thinking, no amount of affirmations will trick your brain into responding differently when the heat is on. It will always default to what it knows from a deeply held belief, which has been proven over your life experience and held as the truth. Now, what I see a lot with the traders that I work with is a denial of this reality. And that is because they see their beliefs as the truth. And it's very challenging for them to be told that their truth may not, in fact, be serving them well at all. Just have a think about this. If all of a sudden it's pointed out to you that what you hold to be true, your beliefs, what you hold to be true, your worldview is suddenly turned upside down, right? It's very challenging to actually embrace that and move forward. So the main takeaway here is that your emotional state is key to trading success, and your emotional state under trading pressure more specifically. And your emotional state emerges from your existing belief system accumulated over your life, particularly your early life, your childhood life. Now, sometimes with denial, we need a kick in the backside to get us moving in the right direction. And I really hope this discussion might prompt you to take the next steps in your trading education and your personal growth journey. Take on board the Santa Claus example. As a child, we held that to be true to every cell of our being. And yet we come to the realization later that it's not true. But this is possible with any belief that you hold. No matter how much you might deep down believe it to be true, if it's not serving you in your trading, which I guarantee you a lot of them aren't, they can be changed. It's about reconditioning your emotional response to past events. Now, just as an example, do you remember the moment you became aware that Santa isn't real? You probably denied it initially. I mean, I know my daughter, who's 11, does when she hears kids in the schoolyard running around saying, Santa's not real. It's your parents. It's your parents who are pretending to be Santa, all of that stuff. And she's asked me about it. And I have told her, as it's, one of those big moments in a parent's life that, this is what actually happens, sweetheart. But she's still denying it. She's still holding onto the truth that Santa is real. So the bottom line is that change will always be resisted initially, often very strongly. So please stick with it. Get a coach, get a mentor to guide you and keep you on track with this. This is where coaching and a path to follow is so important to make that shift, slowly away from your existing beliefs to new beliefs that serve your trading ambitions better. So change is possible. Change is possible, but you must be the change you want to see in your trading results. Okay? So that's what we want to take away from this lesson about belief systems. Is Santa Claus real? Yes, at some point in life, we believed it. We would have run through a brick wall to get to Santa, but now we know it's not true. The same applies to beliefs that reside probably beyond your conscious awareness that are limiting your trading, and they show up under the pressure of trading. They can be changed. So from here, okay, here's what I'd recommend. Right? Definitely get over and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I know I say that on every episode, but these episodes, these nuggets of information are really helpful. It's where I put everything on my YouTube channel. It's always going to be free. It's always going to be full of all of the episodes of the show and other training videos. If you type in mindset reflexology into your YouTube search box, it'll bring up my channel, which is the Trading Psychology and Mindset Show. Also, I do a LinkedIn newsletter. So if you're on LinkedIn, jump in and subscribe to my newsletter. I go into these topics in more detail and in a written form. Some people prefer to absorb information through reading. Others prefer to absorb information through watching. You can jump over to my website, which I'm in the middle of rebuilding at the moment, actually, mindsetfitmethod.com. Or if you're in a position where you would like some advice or help right now, you can book in a one-on-one free discovery chat with me where I can sort of dial into your current personal situation and give some customized direction for you to take away. So you can DM me on LinkedIn, or you can go into my diary and book a chat. The diary links on my LinkedIn profile or on the website. So wherever you may be in the world, I thank you for joining me, and I wish you a week of mindful trading ahead. I'll see you at the same time, same day next week for another episode of the Trading Psychology and Mindset Show.